Yo, what's up, YouTubers? Another drop in the bucket for who may be concerned. Okay, so they made marijuana growing legal in Oklahoma, and then they turned around and had all this Chinese investment. All these people put all this money into stuff. They changed the laws and stuff, and a lot of these people wound up with no grow, and their investment kicked out of circulation due to the change in regulation, and then the flooding of the market or whatever. Basically, a lot of places in Oklahoma have greenhouses that are out of business, and then a lot of places, because their taxes went up, they got seized. So there's like this tax auction thing that's been going on, where you can buy out these small farming areas, right? So recently, about a month ago, there was a PBD podcast where he's talking with this guy about eating right and all this kind of stuff. Well, previous, I had sent a Benedict talking about bunkers, talking about food and farming, and then having a secondary location where you buy this farm or whatever and basically put a sharecropper on there. They got their house and stuff, and then person from somewhere else invests in the bunker systems and grow the food. Now, if the food's inside this greenhouse where the water's controlled, the CO2's controlled, all the air, all inputs, hydroponics, some of it's, dirt, whatever, but completely controlled environment. So now you're growing your non-GMO food, which can be sold at a premium. So now, these Benedict deals are, you don't have enough time to say all that. And he thought I was trying to sell him a bunker in Oklahoma so he could move there. But it's not to move there, it's to go there if necessary, but to have a working farm to feed yourself. And also put money into these small town families that would totally do like a sharecropper thing. You know what I mean? They end up, a 40-year situation, you know what I mean? And then buy these things up on the cheap, and then put the family in there, kind of like an owner finance or sharecropping type of situation, but then build a house and a bunker. And then like a couple times a year, come over, hang out, and do Boy Scouts and into the world survival training type of stuff. And then if something happens and you're living in Florida and you're super rich like PBD, you just get your helicopter and fly to freaking Oklahoma. You know what I mean? And bam, there you go. You're ready. You're set. Ready, set, live out the apocalypse. You know what I mean? Okay, and in the process of this, like you got this family on site that's kind of sharecropper, you know what I mean, that did not lose their farm via tax auction or whatever like that. So financing the dream of this person, you make sure they're Christian or whatever. And then now you got your goats and your sheep and your chickens and your garden and all this kind of stuff. Well, they can go harvest, process, slap it in a box and send it to you in the mail. So now you got like your own food supply. And you're somewhere else doing your thing. So like all the benefits of living on the homestead, except fresh air. Okay, and then get your water in glass bottles. They got that thing there in Oklahoma too. I think it's right on the edge of Arkansas. It's like the oldest place. It's the only place that still bottles water from the source in glass. You know what I mean? So, dude, yeah, it's just a drop in the bucket, but like, if you're a large-scale investor and you want that bug-out property, you know what I mean? You just want to show up and like, drive the Jeep around and be like, yeah, this is this is that. You get that, where the red fern effect for your children and stuff like that. Like you just go out there for 2 weeks every, so often and just like live off grid, like 2 weeks in each season. You and your family go out there and just like, live off the land, see what it's like to keep a wood stove going to stay warm and deal with, the elements and the things, all the joys of living in Oklahoma that makes you ridiculously strong as an individual and draws you closer to God, which is fantastic. So that's today's drop in the bucket. Wouldn't really matter where you's from. You might run several businesses and live in St. Louis. You might be, some big time guy from anywhere. I mean, you could be a truck driver from Texas with 3 spots. Just talking about some things that could possibly be. And basically, yeah, that's about it. That's the drop in the bucket. All right, Rock Hill, go get them.